Picture this. Your dream trip is finally here. You've got your bags packed, itinerary ready, and excitement through the roof. But just when you think nothing could go wrong, disaster strikes. From lost passports to sketchy accommodations, real travel horror stories happen more often than you'd think. Today we're diving into 7 nightmare travel mistakes that almost ruined entire trips. Plus, how you can make sure they never happen to you. Stay tuned till the end, because the last one almost cost thousands of dollars and could happen to anyone. Meet Sophie, a digital nomad living the dream, until one wrong move almost cost her everything. Fresh off a flight to Istanbul, she rushed to exchange cash and, just like that, half her money was gone. Bad rates, hidden fees, and panic set in. Turns out, airports are the worst place to exchange currency, with rates up to 20% worse than local spots. How to avoid it? Never exchange money at airports. Use apps like Revolut or Wise to check real-time rates. Always carry a credit card with no foreign transaction fees as a backup. And if you're stuck, withdraw directly from an ATM with a reputable international card. Would you risk losing half your budget just because of one wrong move? That's a scary thought, but believe it or not, the next mistake was even worse. Imagine booking what looked like the perfect Airbnb, a stunning loft with amazing views. Now imagine arriving and finding nothing but a dilapidated, grimy room with broken furniture. That's exactly what happened to Jake. The host was nowhere to be found, and his dream stay turned into a total scam. It's shocking, but nearly 1 in 10 travelers face accommodation issues every year. To avoid this mess, always double-check reviews from verified users and cross-check on multiple platforms. And if something feels off, cancel early and report the issue to get your money back. Ever been scammed like that? It makes you wonder how many more traps are out there just waiting to catch you off guard. Emily thought she'd nailed her airport look. Stylish, trendy, and perfect for Instagram. But her choice of chunky metal accessories and bulky boots triggered every alarm at security. Public pat-down, baggage check, and the judging eyes of every traveler around, it was a disaster. Nearly 20% of travelers experience security delays because of metal accessories or bulky outfits. To breeze through security, stick to minimal accessories, slip-on shoes, and well-organized carry-ons. Test your outfit at home by mimicking a quick removal of shoes and jackets. Think fashion disasters are embarrassing? Wait until you hear about the mistake that almost left someone stranded in a foreign city. Daniel thought he had plenty of time to grab a coffee after check-in, but one quick glance at the departure screen sent his heart racing. Final boarding call. He sprinted through the terminal, only to find the gate closed. His mistake? Assuming his gate wouldn't change. It's more common than you think. 10% of travelers miss flights because of last-minute gate changes or long security lines. Always set alarms for boarding times and check your gate regularly on your phone's flight tracking app. Missing a flight is one thing, but getting stuck in a country where you don't even speak the language, now that's a whole new level of stress. Liam was thrilled to be in Tokyo, but his excitement faded when he urgently needed a pharmacy and couldn't find anyone who spoke English. Desperation set in as he struggled to describe his symptoms. Realizing he'd skipped learning essential phrases was his biggest regret. Surveys show that over 60% tourists face communication issues abroad. Don't let language be your downfall. Download offline translation apps like Papago or iTranslate and save common phrases on your phone. Imagine feeling helpless, trying to mime out your symptoms to a pharmacist. Sounds like a comedy scene, right? Except it wasn't funny at the time. And guess what? The next mistake could land you in the ER. Zoe loved trying local street food until a dish in Bangkok left her glued to the toilet for days. Turns out her adventurous meal wasn't as fresh as it looked. Foodborne illnesses affect 30% of travelers annually, especially from undercooked or contaminated food. The solution? Stick to stalls with long queues. It means high turnover and fresher ingredients. Carry activated charcoal and oral rehydration salts to counter food poisoning symptoms quickly. Would you risk your whole trip just for a bite of sketchy street food? It's tempting, but definitely not worth it. And when food doesn't get you, losing your passport just might. Bob was all set to board his flight home when he realized his passport was gone, vanished from his bag. Panic took over as he tried to retrace his steps through the airport. It was gone, and he was stranded. Nearly 300,000 passports are reported lost or stolen every year, leaving travelers stuck. To avoid this, always keep a digital copy in cloud storage and carry a physical backup somewhere separate from the original. Registering your trip with your embassy can also speed up the replacement process. What would you do if your passport just vanished into thin air? It's a nightmare no one wants to face, but preparation makes all the difference. Travel disasters can hit anyone, but knowing how to avoid them is half the battle. Whether it's securing your belongings, preparing for emergencies, or packing smart, a little planning can save your dream trip from turning into a nightmare. Share your own travel stories in the comments, and let's learn from each other. Subscribe to Passport Nuggets for more travel wisdom and practical tips to keep your journeys smooth and stress-free. Safe travels, and see you in the next adventure.